What is going on, everyone? It's Pat. We're back with our next trading video. First, let's take a look at Bitcoin here. So what I'm looking at here, it's actually on a lower time frame, and I'm starting to see a little accumulation shaping up here. Here's what it looks like. You have your preliminary supply, sell climax, automatic rally, secondary test, sign of strength, secondary test in phase B, and the next thing we need here is going to be the spring, which should end up coming down below the secondary test here, like that. It'd be like something like that. So let's pull some levels out. Alright, so we do have a golden pocket down there. Now you also have down here, if this is a 5-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, and then we would have to come back down onto the top of wave 1, maybe a little further, say we fill that fair value gap right onto the golden pocket maybe. And then wave 5, and let's see what our targets would be for that. Wave 5 would put us up here, usually somewhere right in the middle, like on the 1.5. So that's a possibility. Let's see how that lines up with our liquidity. Now we were looking at what, 95.3. It was also a little bit lower. So let's see what liquidity says. All right, so now on Bitcoin, our weekly liquidity points to 87 to 90K, somewhere in that range. Our daily points to 92 to 93.6 maybe. The big chunk of it is probably right around here, I would say, like 94.9. So that's right around our 95 area. Actually, like the really big chunk of it is like 95.6, which is exactly what we were looking at right here, 95.3, like this range down here. So it's just a place that we should be watching. And in addition, we should also be watching if we come all the way down to take these lows out, which would put us down here in that 87 to 90 range. And that's our low of the range here. So 89. Maybe if we took out these lows, like maybe it would come down. Let's see what our daily looks like here. Say we went 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe let's pull some fib extensions. 84, 84, 83. We do have a daily fair value gap down there. I could see a scenario where we come past these lows and come down into this area. Daily fair value gap. Now these are some I just marked a long time ago, and there's like a measured move and stuff down there. So I guess that's something to pay attention to too, down in the 75 range. But in the meantime, what we should really be paying attention to is like this value area low down here, 91, these lows around 89, and the end of that long liquidity, which is like 87. 87 to 92 is a pretty good range. Well, yeah, 92 is right here with our value area low, and then 87 would come down past these lows. This little demand zone here, that's our preliminary supply. 86.8, yeah, that's a pretty solid place. I'd keep an eye down there. Now let's take a look at Solana. If I'm being totally honest with you, I'm looking at this daily with none of the noise. This looks like a complete pile of garbage. It looks like it's just gonna keep crashing. I mean, I was looking at a scenario where a distribution might come up a little higher, but originally this was what it was. We had the UTAD and then the test, which I don't even know if we're going to get the test. We may have already had it. So let's say we delete that. We say the test was here, and then we're going to start coming down, and we may get a little bounce somewhere in here. Say this just goes straight down. We'll get a little bounce about halfway through for the LPSY, and that'll bring us back up to the last point of our supply, and then it would come down below our sign of weakness, consolidate here for a few, and then keep dropping. Now that's if this is not gonna go back up to test it. So that's one of the possible scenarios. The LPSY, second sign of weakness. Now this is what our distribution looks like overall. You got your buy climax, which is right here. You got your AR, your ST, which comes back up and doesn't quite reach the buy climax, but it tests that area. And then you got the sign of weakness, which takes out the AR. And then you come up and take out the highs with the UT. You set the secondary resistance line. And then after that, you come back down onto, well, I guess I went onto here. Normally, I would be looking for it to come down to the AR low. So I could actually see that as another scenario, another possible scenario. So say that's just a UT. What I would be looking for here would be for us to come down onto this AR low and then go back up for the UTAD like this. And then it would go UTAD, test, third peak, down for the LPSY, and it would look something like this. So there is a scenario where we could get this as the UT, come back down into the AR low, which let me mark that level for you. That's our primary range support. So we would come back down into that 115.50 level, bounce off it, and then go back up for the UTAD, which I was looking somewhere in the 300 range for that. You see I have the fib extensions up here. We could end up over 300 for the UTAD and then finish the distribution from there. Now that's mainly what I'm looking at right now. Let's take a look at some of our indicators. That daily looks like complete garbage. Complete garbage. It has that big giant bearish divergence right there. You got money flow in the red, momentum still pointing down, and it has a lot of strength. There's just really nothing that looks good about this right now. 12 hour maybe, let's see. Yeah, the 12 hour tried to put in a bullish divergence, but then it just failed. Our weekly especially looks weak. No pun intended. But you see right here where you got high, higher high, and then you got high, lower high. That's a big bearish divergence on the weekly, and that is not a good sign. So anyway, that's what we're looking out for right now. I won't be surprised if this keeps crashing on through. I would look down to the bottom of this range, down in the 115 area for a bounce, hopefully, if we're lucky. If so, that'll be a great place to buy to try to catch this bounce back up to 300 or so. If you guys want the exact levels that I'm sniping on a daily basis, because I trade all day, it's my job, check out the Patreon link below in the description. This is my private Discord for my VIP members where I post all my levels. Now this was one that we posted the other day, this box right here, 219.54 short level. Here's what ended up happening. 219.54 short level, bang, top, nailed it. We snipe levels like this on a daily basis, so check out that link below. Alright, that'll do it for this one. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.